All right, what's going on, everybody? Back with another Sunday watch list. These are some of the levels I have for SPY, QQ, and some individual tickers that I am watching for this week. First things first, let's start off with all the economic data that we do have this week. Nothing on Monday, but we do have CPI on Tuesday, PPI on Wednesday, initial jobless claims Thursday. Oh, we also have FOMC on Wednesday and initial jobless claims Thursday. So it's a week that is packed with big economic data as we're starting to approach all-time highs on certain tickers such as Apple. So it should be a pretty interesting week. Monday going into Tuesday, you don't want to be swinging into anything. Tuesday going into Wednesday, you don't want to be swinging anything because these catalysts can definitely mess with your positions. So let's get right into the charts, right? Monday, I am kind of expecting there's nothing scheduled, but we are going into CPI usually the days before, pretty slow as we get into those days. So these are some levels and things I'm looking for this week, right? Going into tomorrow, which is Monday. Last week we were in between this whole range, all from 454 up to 459.5. We finally got a break above that zone here on SPY, above that 459. So what I would like to see now is for us to basically hold that 459.5 to 460 level for a move back up into 462. If I scroll back all the way over here, you guys will notice how 462 was the last area back in March that we got rejected from all the way back down to below 400. That was a level that got rejected pretty aggressively back here, right? So 462, definitely keep it on watch. We want to see how we approach that level. So first things first, right? I want a break and retest of this 460 for a move up into there. That could be a nice scalp that we could take from here to here, about a $2 move. Or if we break above 462, last time we broke above 462, which was back here on November 3rd, we shot up all the way up to 470. Literally nothing but room up to 470 every single time we break 462. But before we get to 470, I'm looking at this 456.6 level as a first resistance target before we get up there. Now, the other scenario is if we do reject 462, right? If we fail to get above 462, and we fail to hold 460, back below this supply zone, we'll start making our way back down into the bottom of this range. The area that I want to take no trades off of, my no trade zone is going to be in here, right? So these are the scenarios. Break and retest of 460, hold all the way up to 462. Two scenarios at 462. It rejects because it's rejected aggressively previously in the past, and we can start writing that move down. If this comes up here with strength, though, watch the break and retest of 462 for a move up back up into these levels. Now, if we fail to hold 460, get below it, I would like to see some consolidation right here for a move back down, probably back down to the bottom of that range. Anything in between here, I'm not interested. That's the game plan for SPY, just keeping it simple at these key levels. QQQ. Notice how SPY is already breaking that recent high of 460, but Q's is not breaking its recent high of 394, 393, right? There's some struggle. That is the last area we rejected from, came back down to the bottom of the zone, which is 384. Anything in between these zones, I'm not interested in trading. Areas of interest are going to be the bottom of that zone and the top right here, this 393 to 394. This is an area that could potentially get rejected, or if we break and retest that 394, then we have nothing but room up into 396.8 and 400. That 400 area is an area that I do expect us to slow down at. We'll probably get up there by like if CPI, I don't know is how these CPI catalysts or this FOMC, we'll see where they get us to. I believe we are going to get a nice move off of FOMC. The past couple FOMCs have not been the greatest, but I am expecting a good one this week. Let's see what we get. Other than that, if we do get rejected off this 393, 394, expecting a move back down into the mid-range levels, right? 388, and then the bottom. Not interested in shorts unless we really get below. So this is a scenario, right? We rejected once already here. So we want to see if this could double top here for a move back down. But it all depends on how it approaches here. If this breaks up with strength, this area will now be used as structure to continue back to the upside. So two scenarios at that level, 393, 394 area to pay attention to. This area for either shorts or upside. Now, if we do miss this zone here, if we do come down here, pay attention to if we break and retest the zone for the gap fill back to the downside. Not sure if that'll happen, but we'll see if we even get down here, right? Still showing a lot of strength even on higher time frames. Apple, Apple, pay very, very close attention to Apple. Notice how I was doing an example the other day with the zones, so that's why I was drawing all these zones out. But Apple is approaching the all-time highs up here, right? All-time highs is at 196, 197, and we're almost there, right? We want to see how we react up here, because if Apple rejects up here, if Apple rejects these all-time highs here, then I'm going to assume that the rest of the market is going to reject up here too. If we break and hold above this, then the rest of the market will do the same thing, right? Notice the big rejection we got up here in August 3rd from 196 all the way down to 177. That's a big move on Apple because typically Apple moves about $3. That is its average true range. Average true range is how much a stock moves in a day. If you go over here on Apple, you'll be able to see ATR is about $2.83. So off of that 196 level, we made about a $20 drop in the span of 7 days, which is a lot. So we know there's a big reaction at these all-time highs, and Apple is getting close to it. I feel like this is going to be something that's very important to pay attention to this week. The other individual ticker name that I was watching was Netflix to see if it holds above this 450 to 453. It's a risky one though because of the economic data. It's more so that would it be a swing to see if it holds. To get a move back up into the recent highs. But it's tough to swing anything with this much economic data going on. AMD. AMD looks nice for a retest of 125.6 to 124.7, which was the previous resistance, previous high. So this will just be a retest of structure for a move back up into 132. Other than that, those are the main names that I have on watch this week, keeping it pretty simple and short. And I hope all you guys have a great trading week.